Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, I am Divine Light, and today we're going to start by pulling some keywords for you. And now we're going to jump into your coffee cup. By the way, if you haven't subscribed or maybe unknowingly unsubscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you go on to enjoy this message, hit the like button so you can actually affect the algorithm. Someone who needs to see it can see it. And also, if you would like to see more of these, go ahead and hit the bell icon, okay? We have, wow, wonderful butterfly transformation, joy, beauty, and transience. Metamorphosis basically happening there. And it's not only that, you're also finding your element here. You can see you're finding other butterflies like you are very quickly, very soon. And the colors are looking beautiful. And I don't know if you caught that, but you can see the wings kind of looks like a galaxy here. This means that you have infinite possibilities of making things happen. Following by soil, stability and simplicity. We would like to see that. Seems like the transformation is going to be grounded. It's not going to be a temporary thing. You might be, let's say, this is the example, a beautiful example. Transformation might be a raise that you're going to get at workspace, but what happens is because butterflies' life is like one day, that's what is known. I think they live a little longer than that. Might not really take off. You might be getting it once and not getting it followed by the other days, the other upgrades might not follow it. But it's followed by soil. It is basically telling you it is going to be permanent. Something that you're receiving is going to have consistency in it. It is going to bring stability and simplicity, meaning it's not going to get that complicated. It is actually, if this is something you're learning, you're going to be able to even actually handle it maybe faster. Because when we're learning something new, that's the initial part is the complicated part. After you figure it out, it becomes really simple. It seems like it's going to become really simple for you. Most agate and positivity and change. This is actually a stone or crystal exists in the nature. It seems like, the change is going to be positive because sometimes I always mention it during my readings. Change doesn't have to be always positive, but in your case, it is going to be. Would love to see that. But we have a lot of earth and grounding energy. So if you can get a chance to step on earth, touch the water, speak your desires to the water. So go ahead and do that. We have the fruit, achievement and success. I love this strawberry with a crown. It seems like the positive change is going to bring achievement. Let's see what's happening inside the coffee cup. Right before I open, I see, okay, this kind of looks like a family picture to me. You might be thinking, what? But what I see, you can see this kind of looks like a scarab's back as well. You can see the masculine figure and the feminine figure. It's like a picture here, but there's a line going between them and separating them because there is someone sitting on top of them. It looks like an older gentleman or maybe an older woman. Seems like your timeline is starting with a family issue, which has a chunk of money right here as well that maybe separated two people because of this money issue. Maybe your ancestors, your grandmothers, your grandmother caused your parents to split up. It can be something like that, or it can be something you're witnessing right now. I don't feel like this is happening in your house because it's outside of it, but it's affecting you somehow. And it doesn't have to be specifically something happening because I saw the family picture. It can be happening in a family, but affecting you, okay? The thing is, the way out, the solution will come forward. This can be even someone that you partnered up that is going through it and it's affecting you. It is about, there are other people involved. If you're feeling guilty about that, if you're feeling responsible, or if you're feeling like you can be the solution, the older lady sitting on top of the picture is the one causing this. So you should maybe avoid at all costs because they can scheme and try to pull you in this kind of thing as well, okay? I know this is very specific, but older lady can be also representative of someone who has negative intentions, okay? And they can be really destructive when they want to. Female energy and feminine energy most of the time is very gentle, but when they get harsh, they can be really, and they are derailed, it can be really destructive too in many levels, because it's not only physical level, it can be mental level destructive as well. I'm not saying this to, speak negatively about the female, because I'm a really feminine, feminist, let's say. Yeah, I'm a female, so why not? But the thing is, sometimes, yeah, the people are people. They are not, it doesn't matter what gender they are. If they have mean intentions, they can create destruction either way. It's not about the gender, okay? And let's get back. We see a heart here. This kind of reminds me of, I think, Rolling Stones, that little tongue sticking out as well. That is playful tongue. And this is maybe someone childish you're dealing with. I see someone surfing right next to them. There is a monkey that they're carrying. Someone might be actually slacking their work, basically, okay? And the Scorpio that you have here, a lab, what is this thing called in the labs that you look under the microscope? There's a microscope that you're analyzing something while someone is actually playing around. I feel like you're maybe picking up wrong partners, and this is the second wrong partner. The first one maybe was under a dictator or someone that was actually suppressing them, and you're getting rid of them, but then you're picking another one here, being really playful, and too much of a playfulness here. But I see number 3, their creativity. Number 3 is creativity, communication, artistic expression. That can be something helpful positively, but it seems like it's not going to be for the long term, because it seems like you are the one doing the heavy lifting here. It can be physical or emotional partner. This can be a work partner. It can be even someone you're hiring at home to maybe clean up your home or help you around the house, but they're not really going to fulfill this forever. They can first arrange everything in a way that's creative, very useful, but seems like it might not keep up that way. So the thing is, though, you need to make a creative decision or an administrative decision, because I see that you're wearing a hat here. This kind of looks like a letter R to me. R can be in someone's first name or the last name. Maybe Richard. I see a D, also Daniel. Number 6 is available. D6. It can mean something. Maybe a parking lot, or maybe something that you need to discuss, because I see there's another person showing up here that you're talking this issue. This is going to cut off there, because you're going to make an administrative decision. You're going to decide on something. And this kind of, now I see a Capricorn. Maybe instead of working with someone who's playful, maybe you can get this thing set up to someone who's creative, but then you're going to go with a Capricorn, which are really goal-oriented people, okay? So you're going to change the structure of the way you do things. You're going to actually maybe bring more discipline or rules to your household, to your work environment, which is going to come with a straight line here. It is going to divide the timeline. And the new timeline, I see there's actually chunks of money, even 3 of them showing up here. So maybe first setting up some things and creating some things. This can be about moving your home, for example, with a certain mover, and then getting another organizer or getting another person to fix up the certain things. That is actually very goal-oriented, rather than someone who likes to have creative outbursts in your house, okay? That's why maybe this chunks of money are the monies that you're saving through working with someone who's to the point, okay? I know this is maybe avoiding creativity, but we don't really have creativity in your keywords. We have achievement, success, positivity, change, transformation, but none of those have creativity. It doesn't have to be something out of this world. I feel like this is about getting things done. That's going to be the most important thing for you. I see there are 2 people here forming a letter V, right next to the microscope. So yeah, when you change maybe the person, or change, if this is a company, it's a company, or the way you're operating things, maybe getting more disciplined about that, is going to really gather together the people that are really in your own lane as well. The V letter is a victory that you're creating with this person, so you're going to be satisfied at the end of the day. The thing is, though, this new person, this new situation, we have a lot of conversations happening here, might require to have a lot of talk back and forth. It can be a little draining because Scorpio, you are highly intuitive, and most of the time your mind, your divine self speaks to you and tells you what to do, and you are very decisive because of that. So talking to someone back and forth can be draining, but and that's why it's getting darker, the energy here. But eventually I see a heart shape. You see, this is like an anatomical heart forming. Your heart desire, true desire, connection coming here too. So it can be also a lifelong friendship that you're forming here without knowing. Let's dive into yourself. So now if you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. You see two fish coming together here. Like, this is going to be a good thing. This is a heart shape forming here as well. We have a man, an older gentleman sitting out there. I told you there's like an ancestor sitting on top of two people affecting their... Okay. Your desire, when I flipped it, it just moved in 2 stages, maybe even 3. So it can be something that is in 3 steps that it is going to complete. About this ancestor, he has like a cock on top of his head, cockadoodle. Usually means that this person might be someone awakening everyone up to a new day or making you realize some things that you weren't aware of. But I don't feel like they're going to do this in a very intentional or good way. They might be also boastful, this like cocky personality, disruptive and destructive at the same time. That's why either way, I see a number 8 behind them. They might be leaving an inheritance as well, or they might be actually leaving an information that's going to become your inheritance, material satisfaction to you. But they're going to be disruptive here with your energy. But they're, again, I want to mention, they're not in your heart space. They're not in your home space. They are outside of it. So you can either bring them in there and like make their effect last longer, or keep them outside. Just take the information and use it on your benefit, for your benefit, okay? And another thing I see here is, I told you, a massive heart shape, kind of looks like a handle. There's a person here in between as well. So this might be something, your heart's desire is coming, but you're going to take someone with it. If this is maybe you have a business and you're receiving a loan or a support from someone, it can mean that as well. But they might want you to take someone, to hire someone with that. We have a horse here, seahorse even. Seahorse can be someone, a masculine figure that's gentle, loving, supportive of you. But the thing is, like I said, it might come with a condition. Maybe they are going to ask you to hire someone to your business, or maybe have someone around you when you take their offer. So I feel this is like your heart's desire is stronger than that act that you need to do for them, or maybe you need to do a favor for them. And that act is smaller, much smaller than the heart shape here. So I don't think it's going to be too much of a bother if you do that. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's look at these. We have the Temperance and King of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. The change is coming. So the things are going to change. That's beautiful. But you need to take the change as really moderately, instead of just embracing it right away. Maybe being a little stubborn about it. Because King of Pentacles is kind of a stubborn person. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. They're stubborn about what they like. So means that do not jump in both feet. Just be moderate about it. Be a little stubborn, but still go with the river, okay? Let's see. What do we have? Knight of Cups. Someone or something fulfilling coming forward. This can be like an emotionally fulfilling offer coming ahead, or this is something that you're offering, accepted, appreciated. This can also be indicative of like an emotional new beginning. Some of you might be stepping into a new relationship, which can have a lot of water. You are a water sign, by the way, Scorpio, if you don't know that. This person coming with the offer will have a lot of water around them as well, meaning they're going to have emotional stability, and they're going to be matching your vibe. We have the Fool. This is a new beginning. This is a reset, and the Fool has been through this journey before. This is not his first time. He's not a fool. He's the fool. He is actually the character, the hero of the story. And this is you. You are starting a new journey through this offer. And it's going to be satisfying because it's a happy, optimistic outlook this dog has. This also tells me that you're being loyal to your dreams as well while you're following that, because the dog indicates the loyalty here. We have 5 of arrows. Yeah, along the way, you might come across some obstacles, and maybe even some mean people or some deceit. You need to really open your eyes and be careful about that, okay? You cannot really accept because I told you, you're the fool, but you're not a fool. Don't accept every offer, every good deed. It seems like good deed coming your way because someone might be doing everything in their power to defeat you. That's what the 5 of arrows, the 5 of swords is. So it can also require some strategic approach here because you can see enemies. He defeated all of them. He doesn't care about how they feel. You might be dealing with a deceitful person that you should be really watching your back. 10 of Wands tells me that you're trying to carry everything on your back, but this also comes with a warning here. And also a message tells you that if you ask, the help will be delivered. The help always will be given to those who are worthy, which Dumbledore says. Actually, if you watch Harry Potter, I'm a huge fan. I grew up reading her books, so kind of shows my age, but whatever. And so the help will always be given. And I feel like you're trying to take care of everything by yourself. Either you want to control the outcome here, or you think that nobody else can do what you do. Let the flow take the work away out of your hands so you can enjoy your life, okay? Because what's going to happen is going to happen either way. We have a daydreamer here. Daydreamer is a good one because this tells me that you have a really strict attitude about getting things done. But when you have a daydream, close your eyes and visualize the things that you want to achieve, that takes you to where you want to go before you go there. Even though it sounds like something not really effective, daydreaming maybe with a purpose can really get you to the vibe, the state of being that you want to achieve at the end of your goal. We have perfection. Exactly. 10 of Wands is the perfection moment, basically aligning with that and telling you that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to get done. So it doesn't matter if you allocate to somebody else and they do it. And if they can do it in an okay way for this time, that's acceptable, okay? We have a union. I'm feeling for some of you are attracting a soulmate into your life, and that's going to be matching energies and mixing energies as well. It's not going to be something that is like, oh, it's just a relationship fell out of heaven, which is not really realistic. There are some things that are realistic in the sense of being supportive, like stumbling and falling is not something to be embarrassed of. You can fall, they can fall, and the key is here lifting each other up, okay? That's going to be that kind of like a union coming forward, and freedom. So this union is not going to be something tying you down or blocking you or maybe even restricting you. It is going to bring more freedom, which I love those kind of friendships and relationships. And one of them is maybe showing up here for you. Let's see what you need to know. I hereby grant you the power to make me unhappy. You know what he's doing here to the world? Giving all his power, her power to the world so the world can make her unhappy. How? When you watch the whole news all day, every day, that world news is enough. It is not it is enough to make you unhappy. So you have control over it, even though it doesn't seem like it, not to give your power of being happy away, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. So I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.